You think nobody noticed? You think that betrayal happened in the shadows where no one was watching? You think they got away with it clean? Wrong. So catastrophically wrong, it's almost funny. Somebody sold you out. Somebody took everything they knew about you, your weaknesses, your patterns, your wounds, your plans, the things you whispered in moments you thought were safe, and they packaged it up like merchandise. Put a price tag on your trust. Opened negotiations with people who wanted you gone. And you felt it, didn't you? That shift in the air, that moment when something changed, and you couldn't name it but your gut screamed betrayal before your mind caught up. You felt the temperature drop in rooms that used to feel warm. You noticed conversations stopping when you walked in. You saw the way certain people couldn't meet your eyes anymore. But here's the part that should make you smile right now. Here's the part that should have you laughing until your ribs hurt. The buyer paid them to take it back. Let that sink in. Let it marinate in your consciousness until you understand the full weight of what I'm telling you. Someone was so desperate to destroy you that they paid good money for information about your vulnerabilities. They thought they were purchasing weapons. They thought they were buying ammunition. They thought they were acquiring the blueprint to your destruction. And then they saw what was actually in that file, and they panicked. Not because the information was wrong, not because they got scammed. The information was accurate. Every secret, every wound, every moment of weakness, it was all there, documented with sickening precision by someone who was close enough to see you bleed. The buyer panicked because the information was right. Because when they spread your secrets across their table, when they analyzed your patterns, when they studied the architecture of your pain, they saw something they didn't expect. They saw what you survived. They saw what broke you and what you did with the broken pieces. They saw the inventory of attacks you'd already weathered, the betrayals you'd already metabolized, the deaths you'd already died and come back from. And they realized they weren't looking at a target. They were looking at a warning. You want to know what was in that file? You want to know what made someone who was ready to spend money on your destruction suddenly desperate to pretend they never saw it? Your survival rate. That's what terrified them. Not your strengths, your survival rate. The mathematical impossibility of you still standing after everything documented in those pages. The statistical anomaly of your continued existence. The fact that by every reasonable calculation, you should have been finished years ago, and yet there you were, not just breathing, but building. They saw the list of people who tried before them. They saw the exposed tactics that failed. They saw the exposed strategies that backfired. They saw the exposed alliances that crumbled. And they did the math that the seller was too stupid or too desperate to do. Everyone who came for you is gone. Not metaphorically, not spiritually, functionally gone. Exposed, bankrupted, isolated, dismantled by circumstances that looked like coincidence but moved with surgical precision. The buyer saw the pattern and realized they weren't purchasing an advantage. They were purchasing a curse, a ticket to a club nobody survives. So they called the seller back. Probably woke them up in the middle of the night with a voice shaking somewhere between rage and terror. Take it back. Take all of it back. I don't want it. I don't want anything to do with this. And if you ever contact me again, if you ever mention my name in connection with this, I will end you myself just to get ahead of what's coming. The seller tried to argue, tried to explain, tried to convince the buyer that you were vulnerable, that this was the moment, that all those other failures were because people didn't have the right information. But the buyer had already seen enough. "You don't understand," they said. "I've destroyed people before. I know what a target looks like. This isn't a target. This is a trap. And you just tried to walk me into it." The money went back. The file got deleted. The buyer disappeared into whatever hole people disappear into when they realize they almost made the last mistake of their functional lives. And the seller? The one who thought they could profit off your pain? They're still out there somewhere, walking around with merchandise nobody will buy, carrying secrets that have become radioactive, marked by their association with you in ways they don't fully understand yet. Because word travels in certain circles. Word travels fast when someone tries to sell information on a person who can't be touched. Now everybody knows they're the one who tried to betray you. And everybody knows what happens to people who try to betray you. Not because you did anything, not because you retaliated, but because the universe has a pattern now. A documented history of what happens when people move against you. And nobody wants to be the next case study. You're untouchable now, and you didn't even have to lift a finger. Let's talk about what this really means. Let's talk about the position you're in right now. Without even realizing it, you've become expensive. Not in the way you can measure with currency, but in the way that matters. The cost of coming for you has exceeded what anyone is willing to pay. The risk assessment has shifted. The calculation has changed. Before you were a question mark, an unknown variable. Maybe vulnerable, maybe not. Worth taking a shot at because the potential reward outweighed the potential cost. That calculation is dead now. Someone ran the numbers. Someone saw the full picture. Someone with resources and connections, and the kind of cold intelligence that makes them dangerous. They looked at everything and said, not worth it. They looked at the complete inventory of your weaknesses and decided that even with all of that, even knowing exactly where to strike, the probability of success was too low, and the probability of catastrophic blowback was too high. You've been priced out of the destruction market. And the beautiful part, the part that should have you grinning like you know something nobody else knows, you didn't do anything. You didn't have to flex, didn't have to threaten, didn't have to perform strength, or project power, or play any of the games people play when they want to seem untouchable. You just existed. You just kept surviving. You just kept showing up and refusing to stay down and transforming every attack into fuel. Your track record did the talking. Your history wrote the warning. Your survival became its own defense system, a reputation that precedes you into rooms you'll never enter, conversations you'll never hear, plots that die before they're born. They're not afraid of what you might do. They're afraid of what always happens. That's a different kind of power. That's a power that doesn't require maintenance or energy or constant vigilance. It's a power that runs on its own, fueled by nothing but the documented evidence of everyone who tried and failed. You want to know why the seller couldn't find another buyer? You want to know why your secrets are worthless on the open market now? Because your secrets aren't secrets anymore. They're legends. They're cautionary tales. They're the thing people whisper about when they're warning each other away from certain targets. Don't even think about it. Someone already tried. Someone with better information than you. And they walked away so fast they left money on the table. That's your reputation now. That's the story being told about you in rooms you'll never see by people you'll never meet. That's the invisible shield that's been constructed around you by the sheer weight of your survival. Let me tell you what the seller is dealing with now. Let me paint you a picture of the hell they created for themselves when they thought they could profit from your pain. They can't be trusted anymore. Not by anyone. Not for anything. Because if they'd sell you out, you who probably trusted them more than you should have, who probably let them see part, they've marked themselves, branded themselves as someone who monetizes intimacy, someone who keeps receipts for future leverage, someone who calculates the market value of every confession, every vulnerability, every moment of weakness shared in what was supposed to be safety. Nobody will be real with them again. Ever. Every future relationship will be contaminated by the knowledge that they're always evaluating, always storing, always wondering what this secret might be worth to the right buyer. They sold you for money. They had to give back and paid with a reputation they can never repurchase. And you lost nothing but an illusion. You lost the false belief that this person was safe. You lost the comfortable lie that they had your back. And in exchange, you gained clarity. You gained confirmation of what your instincts probably already suspected. You gained the freedom of knowing exactly who they are. That's not a loss. That's an upgrade. You traded counterfeit loyalty for solid truth. You exchanged fake support for real information. You gave up a relationship that was already a lie for knowledge you can actually use. And now they're out there, trying to explain why nobody wants what they're selling, trying to understand why doors are closing, trying to figure out why people who used to return their calls are suddenly unavailable, permanently, indefinitely, no explanation given. Because word travels. Because circles talk. Because people who deal in information are very, very interested in knowing who can be trusted with information. And now everybody knows the answer when it comes to your betrayer. They can't be trusted with anything. Watch them spiral. Watch them try to recover. Watch them attempt to rebuild a reputation that's been permanently marked with the stain of what they tried to do to you. Watch them discover that some prices can't be calculated until after you've paid them. But let's get back to you. Let's talk about what you do with this information. Let's discuss how you move now that you know you're carrying something so powerful that people are paying not to know it. You move like someone who's already won battles they don't even know about yet. You walk into rooms like someone whose reputation enters 5 minutes before they do. You engage with new people, knowing that your track record is doing reconnaissance work you never asked it to do, scaring off threats you'll never face, closing doors to plots you'll never have to survive. You stop looking over your shoulder. Not because there's no danger, there's always danger, but because you've outsourced your defense to something more reliable than vigilance. You've outsourced it to consequence, to pattern, to the documented history of what happens to people who try. And when new people enter your life, you watch them differently now. You notice who's asking questions. You notice who's storing information. You notice who's too interested in your vulnerabilities, your patterns, your wounds. Because you've learned something most people never learn. Some people see your secrets and want to protect them. And some people see your secrets and start calculating price tags. The seller showed you which category they belong to. The buyer showed you how obvious that category is to anyone with real intelligence. And now you move forward with the knowledge that your value isn't in your secrets anyway. It never was. Your value is in what you do with what breaks you. Your value is in the transformation rate. Your value is in the alchemical process that takes everything meant to destroy you and converts it into something that makes you more dangerous, more capable, more impossible to finish. They can sell the ingredients all they want. Nobody can sell the recipe, because the recipe is you. The recipe is the thing that happens when all those elements combine in your specific consciousness, your specific will, your specific refusal to stay down. That's the part they'll never capture. That's the part that made the buyer panic. That's the part that turns a file full of vulnerabilities into a warning label that says, approach at your own risk. So here's your command. Here's what you do with everything you've just learned. Stop being afraid of exposure. Stop worrying about who knows what. About you. Stop protecting secrets that have already proven they can't be weaponized against you. Stop shrinking yourself to hide weaknesses that have already been tested and found to be irrelevant to your survival. Someone literally tried to sell you out. They found a buyer with resources and motivation. They handed over everything they thought could destroy you. And the buyer looked at all of it, every wound, every pattern, every moment of vulnerability, and they ran away. If that doesn't tell you that you're untouchable, nothing will. If that doesn't prove that your track record is your shield, nothing can. Walk like someone who's already been sold out and watch the market reject the merchandise. Walk like someone whose secrets are so intertwined with their survival that knowing them only makes you more intimidating. Walk like someone who doesn't need to protect anything, because everything they are has already been tested against the worst intentions and found to be destruction-proof. You are not your secrets. You are what you did with them. And what you did terrified someone into paying money they didn't have to pay just to pretend they never saw what you really are. Now move like you finally understand that.
God is about to surprise you like never before, and he is going to leave you absolutely speechless with the magnitude of the deliverance he is bringing into your life. You have been walking through a valley of shadows, a place where it felt like the walls were closing in on you. But that season is ending abruptly. The surprise that God is preparing is not just a simple blessing. It is a complete and total rescue mission that will snatch you out of the darkness and place you into a marvelous light. You are about to wake up from the nightmare. For so long, your reality has felt like a bad dream that you could not escape from. You have walked through days that felt heavy, gray, and hopeless. You have endured nights where your mind would not shut off, where the replay of your past failures and the words of your enemies played on a loop in your head. But God is saying that the nightmare is dissolving. The past is going to fade away like a mist in the morning sun. You will look back at the trauma, the heartbreak, and the betrayal, and it will feel like a story that happened to someone else. It will feel distant. It will feel powerless. This is the dark surprise for your enemies, but the glorious surprise for you. God is not just patching up your wounds. He is performing deep spiritual surgery on your soul. God is healing you from the darkness of your history. There are memories that have haunted you, situations that have scarred you, and people who have tried to break your spirit. But the surprise is that God is erasing the emotional connection to those memories. No longer will the past have the power to drag you down into depression. No longer will the mention of a specific name make your stomach turn. You are being immunized against the poison of your past. This is a darker, more serious level of freedom. It is the kind of freedom that comes after a war. You have been in a spiritual battle, fighting for your sanity, fighting for your peace, and fighting to keep your heart soft in a world that is so incredibly cruel. God has seen this. He has seen the tears you cried when nobody else was watching. He has heard the prayers you whispered when you were on the verge of giving up. And because you did not fold, bold because you did not turn into a monster to survive the monsters. God is about to surprise you with a victory that will terrify your enemies. He is about to liberate you completely from the people who mistreated you. This is very important. There are people who thought they had power over you. They thought they could manipulate you, use you, and discard you. They thought they could dim your light. But the surprise is going to be on them. God is removing them from your frequency. You will walk right past them and feel absolutely nothing. It is as if they never existed. That is the ultimate power, indifference. God is granting you the gift of divine indifference towards those who wished you harm. They will watch you rise, and they will be confused. They will wonder how you are still standing. They will wonder how you are glowing with health and wealth after everything they put you through. But you will not even notice them watching. You will be so consumed by the abundance that is flooding your life that you won't have time to look back at the ashes. This surprise is going to shift your entire state of being. You are going to feel like a completely new entity. It is not just a new chapter, it is an entirely new book. The version of you that was scared, anxious, and worried about money or love is dying. That version of you is being laid to rest. A new version of you is rising from those ashes, a version that is powerful, fearless, and anointed. When I say you will feel like you are in an alternate reality, I mean it in a literal, spiritual sense. You will walk down the same streets, but the colors will look different. You will see the same world, but you will not be of it. The chaos of the world will not touch you. The economic struggles that others face will not come near your dwelling. You are being placed in a bubble of divine protection that is impenetrable. Things are about to start working out for you in a way that is almost scary. It will be so precise and so perfect that it will give you chills. You will think of something and it will manifest. You will need a solution and the phone will ring. You will need a way out and a door will open where there was only a wall. This is the shock. This is the surprise. It is the realization that the universe is no longer resisting you, but it is conspiring in your favor. One day soon, it is going to hit you like a heavy weight, but a good weight. You will realize that you are untouchable. You will realize that the war is over and you have won. You will let go of the anxiety that has been living in your chest for years. You will exhale, and for the first time in your life, you will not be waiting for the other shoe to drop. You will be 100% certain that you are being guarded by the Most High God. You are going to walk with a dark, mysterious confidence. People will look at you and wonder what your secret is. They will feel the power radiating off of you. It is a quiet power. You won't have to shout. You won't have to prove yourself. Your presence alone will command respect. God is going to touch the hearts of everyone you encounter, even those with bad intentions, even those who are normally aggressive or unkind will be forced to treat you with gentleness. It will be as if a muzzle has been put on the wolves. They will sense that you are protected. They will sense that messing with you is dangerous because you are backed by the Creator of all things. This surprise includes a massive financial shift, but it is deeper than just money. It is about resources. It is about God handing you the weapons and the tools you need to build your kingdom. You have been in a season of lack, a season where you had to count every penny and worry about survival. That season is being violently destroyed. God is opening the floodgates, not just to make you rich, but to vindicate you, to show the world that He takes care of His own. If anyone deserves this, it is you. You have been through the fire. You have been through the storm. You have stood in the rain while others were warm and dry. You kept your faith when it made no sense to believe. You kept your heart kind when the world gave you every reason to be cold. You were loyal to God when you felt abandoned, and for that loyalty, the reward is going to be astronomical. You earned this. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. You paid for this blessing with your pain. You paid for the surprise with your patience. You are worthy of every single good thing that is coming your way. You are worthy of the luxury, the peace, the love, and the healing. This surprise is going to happen suddenly. It will come like a thief in the night. You will go to sleep one way, and you will wake up in a completely different reality. The heavy clouds that have been hovering over your head are about to break, and the light that comes through will be blinding. Prepare yourself. Do not be afraid of the magnitude of this blessing. Do not shrink back when it happens. Step into it. Own it. This is your birthright. The struggle was just the training ground. The pain was just the preparation. The darkness was just the backdrop for the light that is about to explode in your life. God is about to surprise you like never before. He is about to show you why you had to go through what you went through. He is about to make sense of the suffering. And when you see the full picture, when you see what he has prepared for you, you will fall to your knees in gratitude. The wait is finally over. The time is now. You have been in a time of isolation, a time where you felt invisible. You cried out to the heavens and heard only silence in return. But I am here to tell you that the silence was not rejection. The silence was strategic. You were being hidden. God had to hide you in the shadow of his hand because the transformation taking place inside of you was too fragile to be exposed to the world. You were in the dark room of the universe, being developed like a photograph. And now the development is complete. The image is clear. And God is about to expose you to the light, and the world is going to see the masterpiece that was being created in the dark. The surprise that is coming is going to break every generational curse that has plagued your bloodline. This is deep. Think about your family. Think about the struggles your parents faced, the poverty your grandparents endured, the cycles of addiction, the cycles of broken relationships, the cycles of failure. You have felt those chains trying to wrap around your ankles. You have felt the gravity of your lineage trying to pull you down into the mud. But God is saying it stops with you. You are the chain breaker. You are the anomaly. You are the one who was born to shock the system. This surprise is not just for you, it is for your children and your children's children. God is handing you the keys to break the cycle of poverty and trauma forever. The struggle you went through was not just about you. It was a battle for the future of your legacy. And because you survived, because you kept walking when your feet were bleeding, God is releasing a surplus of resources that will secure your family for generations. This is going to be a shock to your nervous system, but in the best way possible. Your body has been stuck in survival mode for years. You are used to the fight. You are used to the adrenaline of stress. You are used to looking over your shoulder. When this blessing hits, when this surprise lands in your lap, your body is going to finally exhale. The cortisol that has been poisoning your veins will be replaced with dopamine and serotonin. You are going to feel a physical lightness that you have not felt since you were a child. God is about to confuse your enemies with your sudden elevation. There are people who watched you struggle and secretly celebrated. There are people who saw you down and kicked dirt on you. They thought they had seen the last of you. They wrote your obituary, but God is the author of your life, and he is writing a plot twist that nobody saw coming. He is preparing a table for you, right in the presence of those enemies. They will not be able to touch the food. They will only be able to watch you eat. This is the divine justice that you have been waiting for. You do not need to seek revenge. You do not need to argue your case. You do not need to try to prove them wrong. Your success will be the proof. Your rising will be their judgment. God is about to make you so successful, so radiant, and so blessed that your very existence will be a torment to the demons that live in them. They will look at you, and they will see the glory of God, and they will tremble. You have often wondered why your path was so hard. You wondered why you had to face more resistance than anyone else around you. It is because your assignment is bigger. The size of the enemy indicates the size of the destiny. You are attacked because you are valuable. You are attacked because you are a threat to the kingdom of darkness. If you were empty, if you had no purpose, the enemy would have left you alone. But because you are carrying a heavy anointing, the resistance was heavy. But now the resistance is breaking. The dam is breaking. The water is rising. God is about to surprise you with a flow of favor that will wash away the debris of the past. Doors that were locked tight are going to swing open before you even touch the handle. Opportunities that you did not apply for are going to seek you out. People of influence and power are going to be drawn to your light, and they will want to help you. They will want to bless you, and they will not even know why. It is the favor of God resting heavily upon you. This surprise includes the restoration of time. This is a supernatural concept. You feel like you have lost years to depression, years to a bad marriage, years to a dead-end job. You mourn the time that was stolen from you. But God is a restorer of time. He is about to accelerate your life so fast that you will accomplish in 1 year what takes others 10 years to accomplish. He is going to give you double for your trouble. He is going to make up for the years that the locusts have eaten. You are not behind. You are being launched. The atmosphere around you is changing. Can you feel it? The air is getting thinner. The density of the struggle is lifting. You are entering a season of clarity. For a long time, you walked in a fog, unsure of which way to turn, unsure of who to trust. But God is giving you 20/20 spiritual vision. You will discern the hearts of men instantly. You will know who is for you and who is against you without them saying a word. You will have an intuition that is sharp as a razor. This is a gift. This is part of the surprise. God is removing the taste of failure from your mouth. You have tasted bitterness. You have tasted disappointment, but God is about to feed you the honey of victory. It will be sweet. It will nourish your bones. You are going to look in the mirror, and you will not recognize the person staring back at you. The tiredness around your eyes will be gone. The slump in your shoulders will be gone. You will stand tall like a warrior who has conquered the battlefield. You are about to receive a financial surprise that will solve the problems that have been keeping you up at night. The debts that have been suffocating you will be wiped out. The lack that has limited your choices will be erased. God knows that you need resources to do His work. He knows you have a generous heart. He knows that if He blesses you, you will bless others. So He is about to trust you with wealth. Not just money, but true wealth. The ability to create, the ability to build, the ability to leave a mark on this world. But listen to me closely. This surprise requires you to let go of the victim mentality. You cannot walk into a palace thinking like a prisoner. You cannot wear the crown if you are still holding onto the chains. You have to mentally agree with what God is about to do. You have to align your mind with this new reality. Stop speaking about your problems and start speaking about your power. Stop talking about what you lost and start preparing for what you are about to gain. God is about to shock you by bringing a divine connection into your life. For some of you, this is a romantic partner who will love you with the purity of Christ. Someone who will not drain you, but will add to you. Someone who sees your value and treasures you like the rare jewel that you are. For others, this is a business partner or a mentor who will unlock levels of success you could not reach alone. This connection will happen suddenly. It will be a chance encounter, a random meeting, but it will be orchestrated by the hand of God. You are coming out of the wilderness. The wilderness was necessary to strip you of your reliance on people. In the wilderness, it was just you and God. You learned to hear His voice. You learned to trust His provision. And now that you have passed that test, you are entering the promised land. A land flowing with milk and honey. A land where you will build houses and dwell in them. A land where you will plant vineyards and eat their fruit. Do not fear the transition. Transitions can be uncomfortable. It feels like the ground is shifting beneath your feet, but it is shifting because God is laying a new foundation, a foundation that is solid rock, a foundation that can hold the weight of the massive blessing He is dropping on you. The shaking is not to destroy you. The shaking is to settle you. So get ready, wash your face, put on your armor, stand up straight. The King of Glory is about to visit your house. The Creator of the universe is about to intervene in your story. The plot is changing. The music is changing. The ending you were afraid of has been rewritten. You are not going to end in shame. You are not going to end in defeat. You are going to end in triumph. You are going to end in glory. God is about to surprise you like never before. He is about to do the impossible, the unthinkable, and the unimaginable. Open your hands. Open your heart. Receive it. It is yours. The time of weeping is over. The time of laughter has begun. The dark night has passed. The sun is rising, and it is rising on you. If this message has penetrated your spirit, if you feel the truth of these words vibrating in your soul, take action now. Do not let this moment pass. I have poured my knowledge and my spirit into 5 books that are designed to guide you through this transformation. My new book, Unleash Your Confidence, is the blueprint for walking in this new authority. If you are ready to stop surviving and start thriving, click the link in my bio. Order the books. Invest in your spiritual growth. Show God that you are serious about this next level. Until next time, walk in power, walk in faith, and watch God work.